Hello and welcome back to my 31 days of being thankful in the midst of chaos. Today we're going to be talking about friends, friendships, what that looks like in the body of the church, and how we're supposed to be doing friendship. That comes out of Acts 2 verses 46 and 47. So go ahead, read that, kind of get a picture of where we're going from here. Come back and we'll get started. I am reading out of the NLT. They worshiped together at the temple each day, met in homes for the Lord's Supper, and shared their meals with great joy and generosity, all the while praising God and enjoying the goodwill of all the people. And each day the Lord added to their fellowship those who were also saved. Those who were being saved. My bad. This is a beautiful picture of what the church is supposed to look like. Not just back then, just because Christianity was exploding everywhere, but now today. I don't know if I feel like I see this. I do sometimes. I don't know, but we're going to dive a little bit deeper into what you could be doing now as a believer and how we could add to numbers to our groups if we get together. I've got 3 points here that I want to talk about. And the first one is that they made it a priority to get together with each other. We aren't meant as Christians to be alone. We aren't meant to be isolated in our man caves or our crafting studios, but this is all the time. You're not meant to be alone all the time. When you're decompressing from everything, that's totally fine. But if you're doing it every day, all day after you get off from work and then you're going to be by yourself, that's probably not the best way to do it. If you're not going to church on Sundays or Wednesday nights to be grouped together with other people of the same mindset, I don't really know if you're going to be growing there, because we're meant to be together. It's an encouraging time where you're sharing what's going on in your life with other people who may have already gone through it. Maybe what you're going through is going to encourage somebody else, or something that you've gone through is going to encourage somebody else. That is why it is so awesome when you have older people in a group that have gone through lots of stuff. The wisdom that they have is remarkable. And then you're in your season of life, and then you've got other people in earlier years that haven't gone through much, but they might go through those same things. So when you all come together and make it a priority to be of one mind and share your lives together, you're doing what God wants us to do. I mean, from the beginning, when he created Adam, he said, it is not good for man to be alone. And in Genesis 2, I think, when he created Adam, and then he tried to create the animals, and Adam was still like, this is fine, but God already knew he needed somebody else. So he took Eve from Adam. So if you're taking something from someone, it's probably still going to be about the same thing, right? So we need to be together with other Christians. Make it a priority, okay? 2, they're sharing meals together, and they're doing it joyfully and with generosity. I love having people over to my house. Our house is not in the state to have people over. It's a bit of a construction zone. We've got 4 walls down in our house. We've got boards exposed and all the things. So we're not really going to be having people over anytime soon until that gets fixed. But in the meantime, I am using my gift of wanting to have people over and share. It doesn't have to be meals, but just share what God has graciously given me with other people, and that is in the campground. That is my place of sharing. That is my hospitality of people literally coming over to our property and me sharing that with them, giving them the joy in using generously what God has given me to give to other people. That is my place of sharing. But we also get together with another Bible study on Fridays, and then on Wednesday nights, I'm getting so excited about talking about this. I need to grab myself some water. We get together and we share meals that way. We ask, hey, is there anything that I need to bring so that the load's not fully on you? And I want to do that generously. I love bringing a side dish because I can just bring one thing and not have to provide a meal for my family, if I'm really being honest. I love doing that. But if you are sharing a meal with somebody and you are the only person providing it, are you doing it joyfully and generously? God has probably provided the items for you to share. Are you kind of like, oh, I don't really want to share this because I could have used it for Tuesday's lunch prep or whatever? I don't know. Think about that. Are you getting together with people and joyfully sharing it and using generosity in it? We're just going to leave it at that. There is also something to be said about getting together, sharing a meal, and what that does for everybody around that table. Like I said in the first point, there's encouragement. It's uplifting. It spreads joy for others. There's so much to be said about sharing a meal with other fellow believers. The last point kind of goes with the first point of they prioritized it. So what does your schedule look like for point 3? Is it full of kids' practices and school and work functions and extracurricular activities and ninja and guitar lessons and all the things that build up day after day, week after week, month after month, and then all of a sudden it's Christmas. And you're like, what the heck happened? Now I have to fill up Grandma Ida's Christmas and then Aunt Carol's Christmas, or we need to do Mom and Dad's Thanksgiving and Christmas together. And just all the things that build up that occupy your time and take priority over gathering with other fellow believers. Think about your schedule next time. I feel like this is where Brent and I have pretty much come together in unison of not wanting to add too much to our schedules. I grew up as a kid. I was in 3 sports all year round, and then we had 4-H in the summer. I had basketball camps and volleyball camps, and then during basketball and track season, I would be doing travel volleyball, and my schedule was always packed. And honestly, I didn't mind it. I actually kind of liked it because I loved volleyball. So when volleyball was like all year long, I didn't mind it. But looking at it from what I want to do for my kids and how much time it consumed, I want my kids to know that their souls and their spirit matter more than a basketball scholarship or a football opportunity. Because if they don't love Jesus and if they don't want to follow in his footsteps, then everything else can go out the window. Because I tell their teachers this, that if you bring, I specifically told one of my kids' teachers that if you send homework home with this kid on this specific day, he will not get it done, because their souls matter more to me than their math homework or their writing whatever. Like if it is supposed to be due on Thursday, do not expect my kids to do it, because we will be going to church right after they get off the bus. And then we go do a family ice cream thing right after that. And it's 9:00 by the time we get home, and then they have to go to bed. So it's just something I have prioritized it. I have told my kids this, that if you live under our house, we will be going to church on Sunday, and on Wednesday nights we go to church. And then on Thursdays or Fridays or Saturdays, we will be going to a different Bible study. Like, I want to drill into my kids' heads that your soul and your relationship with Jesus and your relationship with other Christians is more important than anything else. Okay? Like, you need to surround yourself with other people who believe the same way that you do. Because when you're out in the world, you are surrounded by other people who are not of like mind. So when you come together with other believers, and also when you do your own Bible studies and all of that, you are preparing yourself to go out into the battlefield to war out there. And if you're not being encouraged by other believers, then you could go out there and get the crap beat out of you. I don't know. I feel like you know where I'm going with this. So the question for today is, when was the last time you got together outside of the 1 hour, 2 hour time of Sunday church? When was the last time? Are you filling up Wednesday night with practices? Are you consuming your Friday nights and Saturday nights with, I don't know, with nothing? Because you just want to relax. I don't know. When was the last time you got together with people outside of your Bible study to go and just share a meal together? When was the last time you asked another church group or church couple over to your house for Sunday lunch or dinner? I don't know. Are you getting together with other people to encourage yourself in this very narrow walk with Jesus? Or are you filling it up with other things? Check your calendar. Maybe there's some things that you actually could clear out that you don't need anymore in there. Send out a text to a couple of other church people. Maybe grab some numbers from people in the congregation that you frequently sit by when you go to church on Sunday. Be like, hey, I would love to get to know you more. Could we have some dinner together? Get together with other people. Don't seclude yourself. We're not meant to be alone. I hope this was encouraging for you. I hope I didn't beat around the bush or beat you down too rough. Sometimes people just need to hear it from somebody they don't even know. Share this with somebody else. Maybe send it to some people that you don't specifically want to ask because you're a little scared. Send them this video and be like, hey, what do you think about this? Or I don't know. But I hope it was encouraging. I'll see you tomorrow. So go out and be a light to somebody else today. Bye.